Remember I mentioned 3? That's number 2 of the 3 as far as our slam team. Proverbs!
So, yeah, I'm excited to go. August, y'all. So I'm interning at a church in Philly this summer, right? And today my pastor supervisor took me to this rally that was about budgetary cuts that the governor's proposing about education. So it was like faith leaders from all over Philly. I mean, there were monks and pastors and rabbis and imams. It was just real dope to see. But it was also frustrating because their whole thing is if the governor can find money for prisons, the governor can find money for education, right? Yeah. So this piece is about that experience. I just wrote it. It's called Global Warming. Let's go. If you don't believe global warming is real, take a look at weather patterns. They're as schizophrenic as the Bush administration. You better check the thermostat because the mercury is shooting heavenward. And unfortunately, it's not just ice caps that are melting. The hopes and dreams of black youth are pooling into liquid despair. Being drained into inner city sewage, I shed tears for each child who may not get the helping hand that they need to succeed. Why do I find myself at a budgetary hearing for education? What kind of governor can find money for prisons but not education? I know and I'll tell you, the kind that hovers over communities of color, the poor, the disenfranchised, those who are seeking heat in the frozen tundra of the inner city, like little Jamal. The hardest working kindergartner this side of the Atlantic. His energy is more than magnetic, it's kinetic. Combustible like an oil-soaked rag tucked into a bottle of gas, thrown through the window of a small Alabama church. He doesn't get those free rides to school anymore. His mother pays $5 for milk. You calculate the total. Education, budget cuts plus inflation equals another illiterate black youth. Elise is only 7. And instead of drifting off to a sweet slumber, she lies awake in terror of her father. She doesn't know her numbers or colors, but she knows how to count the shades of pain inflicted by her own blood. Her confidence is stripped, just like the ozone layer, as her father strips her days of the week underwear from her tiny body. Monday, 1 finger. Tuesday, it's 2. By Friday, his drunken stupor doesn't allow his lust for her to overtake him. But by Sunday, her spirit is as broken as the paper-thin communion wafer she received in church that morning. This is not a hot flash. And no, it's not that time of the month. But yes, I am sick of PMS. It's poor men struggling to get ahead so they can be better sons and brothers, friends and fathers. Environmental and electoral factors are at play. And I'm so glad that God gave us firecrackers for teeth. So when we speak truth, it shoots straight to the sky for all the world to see. And I will spit until black youth are insured in education. I will write until kids from Philly to New Haven to Queens to Miami are given the same opportunities as those in Princeton and Greenwich and every other affluent city across this country built on the backs of blacks. Those missing their motherland where they focused on family and love and building and hope. The cries of our ancestors remind us that it takes a village to raise a child. So why band them to a tragic ghetto masquerading as a tropical isle? If you think that global warming is a joke, you better open your eyes and realize the necessity for resources to materialize before you too become liquefied, then fried to a vapor dissipated in the wind.